Hello, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for joining our session on developing modern leaders. As we think about the pressures of today's organizations and what we're facing, changes in technology, increased digitization, globalization are all shaping how organizations are responding in today's world. But as we look at those external pressures, we also need to recognize what organizations are doing to respond to them internally. And many organizations are shifting and recognizing that the nature of our world is changing. Therefore, the nature of how we develop leaders must also therefore change. Long gone are the days where the siloed leadership, very hierarchical approach to developing teams and leading the business are effective. Most organizations recognize that they're developing more agile practices to help them deliver the products and services that today's customers require. Therefore, they're adapting more of a mission-driven team approach where collaboration and connection are important and distributed decision-making is happening across the organization. By this design, information can flow more freely, collaboration needs to take place, and innovation is a byproduct of this, because what's happening is we're getting diverse thinking from across the organization, and we're also tapping into people who might be closer to the customer, closer to the problem, and closer to the solution. So Skillsoft has developed a specific suite of content called our Skillsoft Leadership Development Program, affectionately known as SLDP, that recognizes that the stakes are high for organizations in terms of really recognizing that developing leaders with a digital mindset is the grand enabler for transformation. So it's not just those leaders that you saw in terms of the position, right, that need to be developed, but those leaders that are leading those mission-focused teams, whether they're leading a project or a team, they also need to be developed in today's future skills. In order to do that, there's a recognition that new capabilities, new mindsets, and new skill sets are important. So as those mission-focused teams take shape, and we're shifting and supporting the shift to a more collaborative approach to leadership, those hero teams need a new set of capabilities. They need a baseline of capabilities that might carry them over from yesterday, but we're no longer operating in the industrial age. We're operating in the age of the experience economy, where it's important that leaders at all levels have the capability to understand how to lead people and lead the business forward. So in order to respond to our customer demands in terms of those external factors, changing and shaping how our organizations are evolving, and the response internally, Skillsoft has partnered with MIT Sloan Management and really powered a new digital leadership solution. What you see here is a quick overview of that solution that we do have in many different languages to help support our customers. But it really is this new solution that's powered by MIT Sloan Management Review, and it's designed to meet the leadership requirements of a modern organization. It's very flexible and modularized, can be used self-directed, can also be used as part of a blend, and is very cost-effective to ensure that leaders at all levels have access to leadership development. And no longer is leadership development just have to be available for the chosen few, but we can democratize the development of the organization, thereby disseminating the knowledge and helping your organization transform faster and better. So there's 4 unique ways that SLDP can help your organization. First, the content is organized into 35 dynamic channels. I say dynamic because this is a very responsive solution. So as industry requirements change and business models change so quickly because of technology, and we've seen that lately in the past month or so with the crisis leadership that has across the globe, Skillsoft is very close to relevant content, and we make sure that we push that content out regularly so that you can be sure that you're bringing the content that's most relevant to your organization. So currently we have about 35 channels that are purposefully designed to address the modern needs of an organization and a leader. As we expand upon what's behind those channels, you'll see information in what's called a watch column. This is very unique to Skillsoft because the content here are specific courses that are designed in a scenario-based format. We actually partnered with MIT, and they validated our approach that using scenario-based content is more engaging. It actually lights up pieces of the brain and encourages engagement, therefore retention, therefore application on the job. So it's a validated approach, a scientifically based validated approach, and it's also organized in a micro-learning architecture. So the courses themselves are about 45 to 60 minutes in length, but the learner has the ability to individually click in and out of different elements of the micro-learning, whether it be the scenario, whether it be a knowledge check, a reflection tool, or an assessment. Very important to recognize that these are all threaded and embedded throughout each of the courses. And in addition, the learner can obtain digital badges for these specific courses to showcase their accomplishments. In addition to the scenario-based courses, we also have a specific leadership insight course that taps into external thought leaders. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. But in addition to the watch elements, we expand upon the modalities by adding in the read elements here. So you can see here that read actually consists of fully digitized books. Many of them are infused with MIT SMR manuals. Some of them are book summaries where relevant. But then, as an expansive offering, we offer the audio format as well. So if you're like me and you prefer to learn whether you're commuting, whether you're exercising, or if you're just working on a project and you like to have something in your ear like a podcast, you can build upon your baseline learning and expand your learning through the audio options that we offer within the SLDP program. The beauty of the modalities is not necessarily just for learner preference, but it also is for flexibility. So if you're looking to maybe offset some of your brick and mortar sessions that you had planned for leadership development, this is a very flexible solution that can be blended very nicely and easily, whether it's as a pre-component to a virtual instructor-led course or class, whether it's actually embedded throughout, or if it's part of the connective tissue between sessions where you want to ensure that you have continuous learning opportunities. There's much flexibility built in this solution, and we'd be happy to talk to you specifically if you have needs where we could recommend the specific areas that would fit your behavioral objectives. The other piece that's very unique to the SLDP portfolio, in addition to the watch, read, and listen, are the practice elements. So we subscribe to the mindset that leadership development should be practiced. So we serve up a springboard right here within the platform to help those leaders, learners, take that information they've learned and disseminate it within the organization. So within the practice column, what you see are companion documents, a Word document and an associated PowerPoint document that your leaders and learners can use to customize. The Word documents actually serve as a facilitator guide. So if you have instructors or facilitators that are used to delivering leadership training, they may want to take a look at these resources as well. Again, they're customizable because they're in Word, so you can make them bespoke to your organization, but they're designed to actually serve as a facilitator guide to tell you how much time you need to set up, give you some questions to ask, and facilitate a conversation around the content that is taught. In addition, there is an associated companion PowerPoint that serves as the face to the learner of what you're actually facilitating. So again, springboards for you, consistency throughout the actual, but a way for leaders and learners to ensure that they are taking what they've learned and practicing it on the job. As mentioned early on, the Skillsoft Leadership Development Program is powered by MIT Sloan Management Review. It's an exclusive partnership, and we're very excited because it brings to you all, as I mentioned, very relevant, responsive ways for us to infuse content into the solution regularly and dynamically, but it also allows for world-class thought leadership, where the intersection of business and technology is so important today. And again, leaders must not just lead people, but they must lead the business forward. So you'll find a lot of that relevant content infused by MIT SMR here. And we do have a separate conversation that we hope you'll attend related to our Aspire journeys that do infuse this content and take leaders through a specific journey that really helps them with the transition points in their career. But we're very excited and proud of that partnership, which brings confidence and competence to you and to your leader learners. As important to note, another option that's available within this solution is the importance of external thought leadership. So I mentioned that we have a leadership insight course, which basically taps into the best minds in the industry right now and what's happening in the leadership space. So you'll likely see lots of different names that you recognize here. What's important to note is that they're authors, speakers. Many are on faculty, but not necessarily from one specific education environment. But what we do here is we incorporate them into the content, and we also have a very special solution that's incorporated into it where we tap into these great minds and their resources, and we bring them to you in a live format. So this is a quick overview of our 2020 live event schedule. We're very excited to have Heidi Grant with us here at Perspectives right now. Well, what we do is in about 60 minutes, we bring these leaders to you, if you will. We beam them in, and we allow your organization to tap into their insights collectively and virtually. We also provide you with participation guides, facilitation guides, again, so you can make it bespoke to your organization. There's also marketing flyers and blended learning documents that go along with these to ensure the continuous learning model is adopted. As we continue just giving you a little bit of insight to our SLDP, just want to give you a quick overview in terms of how we've been awarded and recognized. This is a very avant-garde solution, nothing like it in the industry. And we've been really recognized, and we're very humbled and proud of the recognition that we've received in the industry. And what we'd like to do is just call out, the specific Telly Award for the quality of those scenario-based courses that we mentioned early on. So at the end of the day, we'd like to just encourage you, if you have specific audiences that you're looking to develop new, purposeful, modern competencies, lead your business forward, this could be the solution for you. So we welcome a conversation. We encourage you to enjoy the rest of Perspectives, and thank you so much for your time and attention.